A good evening, girls, and thank you so much for jumping on our Team Living Healthy and Fit team call. It is Wednesday, May 18th of 2016, and I am Corey Mayo, your founder and CEO of Team Living Healthy and Fit. I'm really excited to have you girls on the call tonight, and I'm really excited to share some new things with you about connecting, which can also lead into reconnecting, and then how to transition into that inviting stage. Because we're running that back to the basics group right now, and it looks like from that back to the basics on the daily tasks that a lot of you are adding to your list really good, which is great. That's something that I always struggled with, so I'm really excited to see that you guys are adding to your list and reaching out to new people. But that's not going to do us any good if we're not reaching out and connecting with any of those people. So tonight I really want to focus on making that connection with people and really genuinely building those relationships, growing those relationships into something that is making them a part of your tribe. They're making them a part of your following and seeing if it's a good fit for both of you. I know that it's scary. I get it, but you have to just do it. If you don't ever do it, it's just going to keep getting worse, and you're just going to build up more anxiety about it, and it's going to get scarier and scarier to do it. We all fail when we first start talking to people, especially new people. It just happens, but you have to fail forward, right? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I am going to go ahead and go into a screen share here. Donna, you're the only one I can see, so if you just can give me a thumbs up that you can see my screen. Cool, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and move this up. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this because I do have a couple short clips of other videos that I would like to show you as well. First, I would like to congratulate our Success Club earners so far this month. We have myself at Success Club 4. We have Eva Pack at Success Club 2, and we have Kelly Palcisco at Success Club 1. So great job, you guys. It is only the 18th of the month, you guys. Keep making those connections with people. Keep building those relationships. Hopefully you can take away a few things from tonight's call and implement that and start some action tonight, and then move forward with the inviting process and growing some new relationships. So connecting with new or existing friends. Like I just kind of shared with you when we were getting started, is you just have to do it. I get that it's a struggle. I don't think that I struggled as much talking to people. That's something that comes pretty easily to me. Actually, talking to people on social media is super easy for me. Sometimes having a conversation in person with somebody I don't know is a little bit harder, but once I get the conversation going, it's easy. But so it's not something that I really struggled with, but it is something that you have to do, and you have to keep doing and practicing to get better. And like I said, the longer you wait to do it, the more fear you're going to build up about it, the more anticipation, that scary feeling of, oh my God, I'm going to say the wrong thing. Who cares? Just do it. If you have a genuine intention of sitting down and talking with somebody, and you clear your mind of all making Success Club and the sales and all of that mumbo jumbo, and you just genuinely try to connect with somebody who has common interests that you have, it's going to come across that way. So, so you just have to do it. You just have to dive in and start doing it and start practicing every single day, and it will become more natural for you, and you'll get excited about doing it. Number 2 is make your personal development intentional with this, if it is something that you really struggle with. So if you struggle with connecting with people, with reaching out to them, to starting conversations, I strongly encourage you to check out the book GoPro by Eric Worre. And there's also one called Prospecting and Closing Scripts by Danny Johnson. That is one. Kelly is very much an introvert. Our Star Diamond upline, she's very much an introvert and can be socially awkward at times. She will tell you that herself. When she first started, conversations were difficult for her. So Danny Johnson, she dived into Danny Johnson very heavily for a long time, and I'm sure she still taps into Danny Johnson. But she dove head first into that and absorbed everything she could learn from Danny and used a lot of her prospecting and closing scripts, and that really helped her to build her language when she was talking to people. I personally like GoPro by Eric Worre. A lot of Beachbody coaches use that book, and it has very good language to share with you, indirect ways to talk with people, indirect ways to invite people, as well as direct messaging and direct ways to invite people. So also checking out YouTube videos. Make your personal development intentional for your weaknesses so that you can start to build some confidence, and maybe something that another coach is doing is going to just click with you one day and you're going to go, oh, well, that's stupid. That's super easy. I should have been doing that all along. Sometimes it's not exactly what I'm doing or what exactly your success partner or somebody else on the team is doing. Sometimes it's hearing it in another light or from another coach just tweaked enough that it fits you. So don't be afraid to really dive into that and to do your best to become an expert in that area and to learn the most that you can. The third thing is to use form. So we've talked about this a few times. Kelly talks about it a lot. It's in our scripts. You want to get to know somebody, so you ask where they're from, their occupation, what they do for work, recreation, what do they do on the side, recreation and family. I'm sorry, family is also from, and family is F. But recreation, what they like to do on their spare time and what interests they have. And then M is your message. So message could just be like, hey girl, like let's keep in touch. You know, we'll talk to you soon. We have a lot of common interests, whatever. It doesn't have to be the Beachbody message right away. It's just let's keep in contact and then we can follow back up with that person, okay? And then number 4 is using scripts. So I recently shared the Amy Reelman scripts in our file. Well, so I put it in the group, and then I thought that it was so important that I actually made a file for it in our team page. And you guys, that's almost exactly what I say to people, exactly how it's laid out in that file tab for you. So it's successful for me, and it's very successful for her. She started earning 6 figures in 3 years by using that model. So obviously it's successful. You just have to implement it. You have to take that action. So I would definitely look into that. And the other scripts that we have available to us in our team page. I know that sometimes when you're first getting started, you feel like, well, they're going to know I'm using a script. No, they're not. It's making you sound professional and like you know what you're talking about without word vomiting on them and giving too much information to where they go like this, like, crap, why are you telling me all this? I didn't ask you that. So using the scripts helps to keep you focused and helps to give enough information without vomiting on them. So definitely using the scripts is going to help you significantly. Number 5 is creating event posts. Events on Facebook. So you can do this whether you have a like page or if you have a personal page. I always recommend making the event public because when you make an event public, once you start inviting people, and when they say that they're interested or that they're going, all of their friends can see that. That will pop up in their friends' newsfeed. So you can get indirect referrals just by inviting somebody to join your event. It's a great way to see who's following you, who's interested, and making connections with people that you maybe didn't even think were watching you. So I strongly encourage you doing that. I was doing it very regularly. I kind of got away from it last month. I just kind of got away from it. And I noticed a huge difference. So I made an event today and boom, 6 people off the bat. I mean, within the hour that I made the event, save me a spot. I'm in, let's do this. So use the event to kind of see who's interested and who's following you, okay? And then number 6 is prospecting lists on Facebook, creating lists on Facebook to interact on their timeline without mindless scrolling on Facebook. So I'm going to open another tab here on Facebook. So you can it should be this one here. You can also now I forget. I watched the video on it earlier today. Oh, hold on a second. Emily, can you mute yourself, please? Or I can go to it. That's all right. I got it. Oh, you got it. Nope, I got it. Okay. So I apologize that my mind is drawing a blank right now. It should be, I'm manage the list, public figures. That's not what I want. I'll have to come back to that, and I'll post the link that I watched earlier today in our group. I apologize that I kind of drew a blank there, you guys. Now if I can get back to my slideshow. Creating the prospecting lists isn't something that obviously that I'm using because I wasn't really sure how to do it. It's something that I have considered doing, but basically what it is you're creating a list that would show up on the side of your, like over here, you can create a list and name it whatever you want to name it. And then you add the people that you want to that list. So some people are doing it by the month. So the people that they are adding to their list, to their Facebook list by the month. Or some people break it down by coaching prospects. Some people break it down by challenge group prospects. It just really depends on how you want to name that. And then what happens is you create the list and you can just go to the list just like this. And when you scroll down, it's going to only show them in your news feed. So you're not getting distracted by all of your newsfeed and the people that you don't want to be investing a bunch of your time in. And it allows you to be able to just focus your energy on those people and liking and interacting on their posts. Okay, so that's an option too. Okay, so connecting with new or existing friends. So set your intentions before talking to a prospect. There's a 3-minute video. There's 2 short videos that I would like to share with you guys. This first one is Coach Caleb on starting new conversations. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys.
What's up, everybody? It's Coach Caleb from EpicEveryRep.com. All right, be honest. Who's terrified of
Can you hear that, Donna?
Conversations with new people? If that's you, fear not, my friends. When I'm out running my errands and I meet somebody new, this is exactly what I do. I'm Caleb.
Can't hear it?
Don't do that. Folks, just because you have a verified coach on your Facebook profile doesn't mean you have a social Think about it this way. When you go to your grandmother's house, how do you start a conversation with them? Hey, Grandma, how you doing? You ask a simple, genuine question, and you care about the answer, right? That's the key. Start conversations by asking people genuine, simple questions. But after you ask, listen to their response. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You're not just making small talk with business prospects. You're connecting with a human.
But Caleb, I feel like they know I'm up to something. It's just like they know.
Well, that's probably because you're approaching the conversation with an agenda on your mind. If you feel uncomfortable talking to people, it's because your focus is not really on them. Clear your mind of the sales, challenge tax, success club points, the business opportunity, and focus on connecting with the person that's right in front of your face. That's the connection humans naturally crave. Okay, here we go. Here are my top 3 tips for starting conversations with strangers. Number 1, ask a question and listen for their response. Hey, I know. Number 2, ask a follow-up question and listen to their response. Oh my gosh. Number 3, conversation goes. on building a relationship. Be so genuinely interested in the other person that they can't help but to become genuinely interested in you. That's all for today, folks. I hope this video simplified the whole talking to strangers thing and gave you some value. If it did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And hey, if you're a leader out there and you connect with the way that I do, I'd love to start a genuine conversation with you. Love you guys. Peace.
So could you not hear that whole thing? Parts of it, but not all of it? Somewhat? Okay. Well, I'll share it in the group so that you guys can listen to the playback. Basically what he's saying is you're given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, that you need to listen and then talk, to have genuine intentions. Like, talk to somebody like you would talk to your grandmother, like, hi, how are you doing? You wouldn't just walk up to and be like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Like, I want to know if you're on Facebook so I can connect with you. Like, just have a normal conversation with people, right? Just connect with them and say, hey, like, how are you doing? His example was they had a dog. So, what kind of breed is that? Or what breed is that? And how old, and blah, blah, blah. Is this your first dog? Just start asking questions to get to know the person. And when you have genuine intentions like that, people see that. But when you're like, oh, they know that I have an agenda, and they know that I want successful points, and they know that I'm going to make money, and you have all that fear inside you, they're going to know, because that's what you're putting out there. You have to clear your mind of that. Your intentions, I don't think anybody in our team, yes, we all want to make money, and yes, we want to have a successful business, but I don't think there's one person on our team who is solely driven on just making the sale and leaving that person behind. If there is, you are on the wrong team, because that is not what we represent, and that is not who we are. So I know that each and every one of you is here because you genuinely want to share a healthier lifestyle with people, and you genuinely want to help people. So let that be your persona when you start making connections with people. You're just another human being who wants to help, that wants to be a friend. Just be a friend. That's all you have to do. And then things fall into place. It's not going to happen overnight. That's why it's so important to have new conversations every single day, so that you are making those connections and allowing those relationships to blossom before you send them the invite, or before you jump and say, are you interested in doing something with me? So that's basically what the video was about. I did have another video, but I'm just going to share that too, because it's like 10 minutes long, and if you guys really can't hear it, then it's kind of a waste of time. But the video is like 18 minutes long, but and I'll put in the group what section you really need to listen to. But basically, what she's talking about in the video is attraction marketing. So we've all seen I can actually go through the video pretty quickly to kind of show you what she was talking about. So like for this, she's using this Facebook post as an example of what not to do. And this is just somebody who is a Mary Kay rep, and said facial cleansing cloths, just add water. And then it has like the price and all the information right there. Well, there's nothing engaging there. And you can't see it on here, but there's 0 likes, 0 comments, and 0 shares on that post, because there's nothing engaging. There's nothing asking a question. There's no thought there. Besides, if you do contact that person, you're already going to feel like they're going to jump down your throat to make a sale, because they're just laying it all out there. On top of that, she points out that this girl hashtagged Mary Kay. Well, somebody who maybe doesn't connect with her or doesn't have anything to do with this girl is going to search that hashtag and find somebody who they do connect with. So you don't want to brand Beachbody. Beachbody does a wonderful job branding themselves. You want to brand you, because you are selling you. There are 450,000 Beachbody coaches in this business. 450,000. So anybody who's looking for Beachbody, one, they're either going to get it from Beachbody, or they're going to find a coach somehow. You have to brand yourself and attract the people who are like you. So the way that you're going to do that is by sharing yourself and getting interaction from people through your posts that you're sharing yourself. Okay. So that was the first example that she shared. The next one is, I'll let you guys guess the product because we all get bombarded with them. I don't so much anymore, probably because I've weeded them all out, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so again, their logo is all over everything. This is why we don't I mean, Beachbody gives us stock photos too, but how many of you use them? I know that I don't, and I would not encourage you to. There's nothing engaging. I just love amazing transformations. Thank you, hashtag it works, and hashtag that crazy rap thing for such results. So again, they're hashtagging the company, which is, again, they can go and look up at that hashtag and find somebody that they connect with or somebody that's more like them. And they're just laying it all out there. I'm not saying that you have to be sleazy and sneaky and not tell the people what you're using, but if you give all of the information right off the bat, there's no reason to interact with you. There's no reason to ask you, hey, like, I saw that you lost 5 pounds over the last couple of weeks. What are you doing? Like, I saw that you're maybe clean eating or some of the recipes that you're sharing, but like, what is that? What are you doing? That's what's going to get people interested. Okay. And that's what's going to open the door for conversation to start talking with people. So definitely avoiding posts like this. And then she goes into one of her own posts, and it just says, say goodbye to Chubby Lisa. In another 14 weeks, I will be about 50 pounds lighter. Who's coming? Lyrics dedicated to fat cells. And then, so she's asking a question. It's a video, which again is going to be huge for Facebook, but notice the hashtag. It says eat, shrink, and be rich. So that is her particular brand. That is what this girl hashtags everything. I particularly use hashtag living healthy and fit. So that way, if somebody clicks on that hashtag, they're going to find a whole bunch of stuff of my posts from my, I use that on Instagram all the time. They're going to find that on my, are you talking to me again or no? Why'd that just pop up? Oh, Thrive, yeah. Sorry, because I'm screen sharing, it popped up and like came down on my screen, so I wasn't sure what was going on. When they go to hashtag living healthy and fit, they are going to find, I mean, there might be somebody else using that hashtag, but it's pretty unlikely. And they're going to find a whole bunch of my posts, right? So finding something that's unique to you, and using that often to start branding yourself. Okay. So that was one example that she used for herself. And then the next one was, she made a post. She's not a Beachbody coach. She's using a different product, but she's very successful and it has some really good things to share. But she said, I love my green water every morning. It's a nutrient-rich herbal tonic infused with natural vitamins, minerals, and plant-based, blah, blah, blah. So people started asking questions. She said she actually enrolled 3 coaches in one day or something like that, just from this one post. So the picture leaves a lot to be desired as far as I'm concerned, because you can make Shakeology look freaking phenomenal. And there's a lot of, you guys just search chocolate smoothie shakes or whatever and search images on Google. Even if you haven't made, obviously you're drinking your Shakeology every day and you're making it, but if you don't have time to make it pretty and you need to make a Shakeology post or you need to share that so that you're sharing it at least once a week, just go to Google and search it. Our team page has a couple, and I know that Kelly has shared quite a few too. But making posts like this that asks questions and that gives a little bit of information without giving everything, okay? So that was kind of the gist of, and again, she, at the very bottom of this post, hashtagged her brand. So I will share that with you all as well so that you can see that. And actually, she's the same person that I listened to the creating your lists. There, if you just search creating a list on Facebook, you will find all kinds of options there. Okay, so connecting with new or existing friends. I'm going to challenge you guys tonight to make a list of 3 people that you're going to reach out to tonight. It's a new connection, somebody that is either a new add to you or that is somebody that you've been friends with and you haven't connected with in a long time. And I want you to reach out to 3 people as soon as we're done with the call tonight. Just do it. Don't put it off. Make the list. Start thinking of those 3 people right now in your head and check out their timelines. Say hi, how are you doing? I happen to see whatever in your time or pop up in my news feed. I just wanted to check in with you, see how things are going. It's been a while since we've talked. Just start asking questions, okay? If they're a brand new person and you just added them to your list within the last couple days, use Amy Reelman's script, which is in our files, and it just simply says like, hey girl, thanks for the ad. I saw that Facebook had suggested that we be friends, and I just wanted to connect with you and see if you're interested in making new friends. And that's all she says. It's just something very simple. So make sure you connect with 3 people. And then what I would like for you to do is I'm going to create a post in our group, and I want you to, once you're done, I want you to go to that post and just simply write the 3 names, okay? That's all I want you to do. But just step outside that comfort zone right now while you have it in your mind and we're talking about it. It'll take you 5 minutes to reach out and say, hello, how are you doing? Like, how are things going? I saw this, okay? And then set your intentions, clear your mind. There is no motive. You're just simply trying to reconnect and regrow that friendship or build a friendship if there isn't one there yet. So clear your mind of all that and just simply connect and have a conversation like you would if it was your grandma. Hey, like, how are you doing? How are things going? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It really, I know it's like, I'm like, just do it, but it's really so simple. We can overcomplicate the process so easily, you guys. Just keep it simple. As Meg always says, keep it simple, stupid. Just genuinely reach out and say hello and how are things going and reconnect. So I've connected, but now how do I invite? So now that we are stepping outside of that comfort zone and making connections with new people, how do we make that transition, right? Is that an issue for some of you? I know that it's been coming up in our group, and it's been coming up in the Back to Basics group as well, that, you know, I've started these conversations, but maybe the conversation fizzles off, or I'm just really not sure how to go back. One, Amy Reelman has a genius idea, and it's something I have started doing, is after she's connected with somebody, she will leave them in her inbox for a week or 2. I used to personally clear them out, but now I'm leaving them in there as well. And then she sends a follow-up message and just says, hey girl, so this is exactly what I did using her script, and I followed up with everyone that was in my 10 and play and said yes, but then never committed over the last couple months. So I just said, hey girl, how are you doing today? You gotta be fantastic since it's Friday. You still going to the game tomorrow? The boys and I plan, I apologize, this is not a follow-up message. This is my reaching out to somebody who I just connected with. So I apologize for that. The follow-up's on the next one. You're still going to the game tomorrow. The boys and I plan to be there. Haha, doesn't sound like the weather is going to be great though. Hey girl, I also wanted to message you and invite you to join some of my girlfriends and I in a summer boot camp. I know you mentioned working out the other day when we were talking, so I thought I would invite you to join us. We just help to keep each other accountable and share recipes and have some fun. We would love to have you join us, Jessica. Does this sound like something that you would like to be a part of with us, girl? Very simple. Just not giving her too much information, but kind of giving her an idea of what we do and if that's something that would work for her. So the transition sentences that I use all the time are, hey girl, I'm not sure if this is for you or not, but, or the second one is, by the way, girl, I'm not sure if this is for you or not, but. So it's simply talking to somebody in general conversation, the first paragraph or 2, like I just showed you there, and then transitioning by the way, or hey girl, I'm not sure, okay? So this is also a brand new conversation. So I'm actually going to show you this whole conversation because this is something that's a new conversation. This girl's been following me on Instagram, which I didn't know right away. She sent me a friend request. I said, hey girl, how are you doing? Thanks for the recent friend request. How did you find me? She didn't respond. That was on 4/27. So she didn't respond. I then reached back out on May 11th and I said, hey Holly, how are you doing, girl? Somehow I just noticed you are from Ohio. Me too. Crazy. How are you doing, girl? She said, hey girl, yeah, I follow you on Instagram and thought I'd check you out on here. I said, oh, okay, awesome, girl. Thank you. Pretty cool you are from Ohio too. Thank you for reaching out. Are you also on a health and fitness journey, Holly? I am starting one, yes. I am desperately wanting to change, but honestly, fear and confidence hold me back. I said, that is great. I know it's scary. It was for me too at first. So many unknowns and thoughts of failure, but taking that jump has led me to a greater life than I have ever imagined over the last 4 years. Now, know you can do and will do it, girl. What kind of plan are you getting started with? And she said, I started working out. I'm trying to be more healthy and learn to educate myself on health. I said, that is an awesome start, girl, for sure. So proud of you. It is a hard step to take, and most people let fear hold them back, but you've done the hardest part and you've gotten started. I'm not sure if this would be for you or not, but my girlfriends and I are kicking off a summer boot camp on June 6th to help keep each other on track with our nutrition and fitness. We would love to have you join us. Does this sound like something you would enjoy being a part of with us, Holly? And she said, it does sound like something I would be interested in. What does it entail and how much does it cost? And then I just replied today and I said, awesome, girl, we would love to have you join us for sure. I know when we first started talking, you shared you had started on your own journey and that you were ready for big change and to gain some confidence. So what did I do? I shared back what she had shared with me, what her goals were and how she was feeling. I have no doubt that I can help you to achieve that. So what I would recommend is my 3-week, okay, so that whole paragraph there is the script from the posting script of the 21-day fix. So I will let her think on that for a day or two. We didn't always respond right away. Like she let a day go in between there and I let a couple days go in between there over the weekend. So I'm not like panicking that she didn't answer me already. I will reach back out to her and reconnect with her. So that just kind of gives you an idea of that particular person was already following me for nutrition and fitness. So it was a little bit easier to go into asking her right away, like within the first couple of days of having a conversation. It doesn't always go that quickly. But when you start branding yourself that way, and that's why people are following you, then it becomes easier to make that conversation move a little bit quicker when they start talking about health and fitness too. But could you kind of see how I was just reiterating what she was saying and relating my journey to hers so that she found me relatable and knew that I understood where she was coming from? Because yes, I am in way better shape now, but I used to be there. You know, like the people who are connecting with you guys, you have to think like you've grown, whether you are where you want to be or not right now, you have grown and you've taken steps forward. So you have a little bit of experience under your belt. Think back and just remember how it felt to be those people who are just getting started. You have reasons to connect with them and something to share with those people. Okay? So those were new conversations. This is a follow-up. So this is what I was talking about where I follow Amy Reelman exactly, and I went back and I found all of my people who were in my 10 in play and went off of that list. So I just said, hey girl, what's up? How are you and Emily doing lately? That's her daughter that we've had many conversations about. And it says, life has gotten so busy. I can't believe it's been so long since we last talked. I'm not sure if this would be for a good fit for you or not, but I know in the past you were interested in joining my friends and I in a nutrition and fitness group, so I thought of you. My girls and I are gearing up to kick off a summer boot camp to jump into shape for summer. We currently have 11 of us ladies ready to get rolling on Monday, and we would love to have you join us for this boot camp if timing is the right fit for you, Ruth. Does this sound like something you would enjoy being a part of? So there is an example of a follow-up, okay? So once you've connected and you've invited, I strongly encourage you to write it down. You have to have some sort of a tracking system. So if you're not keeping track, then you don't know who to follow up with. And then you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot because you're going to miss out on people who maybe were on the fence or were thinking about it, but you forgot about them. So you have to track. I don't care if you use an Excel spreadsheet, if you track it on your phone. I personally am a paper and pen kind of girl. I like to write everything down. I write my to-do lists down. I try to put them on my phone, and then I don't use them. I have to write everything down on paper. It's just how I am. But you have to find a system that works for you and be consistent in using that system. And then keep a follow-up list. So keep a list of the people, like I shared, and I'll talk about it in the next one. I'll just say 10 in play. So the 10 in play are the people who say that they're interested, or they want more information, or yes, they're on board completely, let's do this. And I create a little box on my journal every week, and I have a 10 in play. So those 10 people for that week are the ones that were interested, so that I can follow back up with them on Friday if they don't commit, or I can go back and know that they were, like that girl Ruth that I messaged. She was a yes at one point, but they didn't have the finances for it. So then they can be a follow-up down the road. That's how Bonnie Engel has built such a successful business, is because she always follows up every single month with people, even if they say no or it's not the right time. She follows up consistently. So that 10 in play should change every single week. If you see that the same names are on that list every single week, what do you think is happening? You're staying in the same circle of people, and you're not starting enough new conversations, right? So, or if you don't have 10 people, let's be honest, you guys, if we're starting 3 to 5 new conversations, even if it's 5 days a week and not every single day, and you're inviting 3 to 5 new people every single day, 5 days a week, you should have 10 people in play. You should have 10 people interested in what you're doing. If you don't have 10 people, you're not talking to enough people. You're not building enough relationships, and you're not making enough connections, okay? And that's just something to learn from. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but your growth is going to be much smaller, and you're going to find yourself more frustrated when you're trying to grind and reach your goals, whether it's Emerald or Success Club or growing your income. You're going to find yourself frustrated. So adding to your list and making those connections and starting those conversations is what is going to help you to get to the inviting stage, okay? I have one more here. So be sure that when you get to the inviting stage that you are providing a registration closing date, that you're giving them a set in stone. This is when registration closes. Whenever somebody tells me yes, I say, perfect girl, registration closes on this day. Like right now I'm telling people registration closes on this day, but if you register on or before May 23rd, which is Monday, I will enter you in a drawing to win a Fix8 cookbook. When works best for you to get registered? And then they either say right now, tonight, tomorrow, like one girl today told me Monday will work good because she has off work, things like that. But making sure that you have a deadline to give those people to close on is going to make your life so much easier. So you will need to set in stone when your challenge group is starting so that you have something to invite people to and they know when it's starting, okay? Do your due diligence and follow up. Like I just talked about with Bonnie Engel and how successful she's been because she follows up consistently. So keep following up and keep that list of the people that are interested, but maybe just not right now. And then if you feel like, oh, I've been a bother to this person, you know, I've already messaged her, blah, 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 whatever. First of all, you have to get over that. You just do. That used to kind of get me hung up. I don't want to keep messaging somebody. Now I'm like, crap, I'll message somebody 4 or 5 times, even if they haven't responded, because I'm doing my due diligence. And most of the time it's just, hey, you know, life things. It's not even about a challenge group or, you know, will you join me on anything? It's just genuinely seeing how that person is. You would be so surprised at how many people do not check their messenger. Or I've had recently, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, that I'll get a messenger, like a bubble pop up that I got a new message, and I won't want to respond to it right away, so I'll clear it, and then I'll go to my messages, and it's not there. But if I go to my desktop, it is. It's frustrating. I don't know why it does that, but if it's happening to me and I know to look for it on my desktop, or I'm working from my desktop to use Facebook, most people don't get on Facebook on their computer, you guys. So just remember that there's other glitches in the world, that it's not them just ignoring you. But if you do have that sense that you are bothering them, use the sentence, hey girl, I don't mean to bother you, but, and just say, you know, like, but, you know, last time we were talking, you showed some interest in that boot camp that I have going on soon, and I just wanted to double check, you know, if you're interested or if a later date was going to work better for you. I didn't want you to miss out on the registration closing date, and I wanted you to be able to join us on time. Make it about that you're doing them a favor, okay? Because that's what you are doing. You're just telling them what you're doing, okay? People forget, they're busy, so I kind of already said all that. And then again, you just have to do it. You just have to start building that confidence, and the confidence isn't going to come unless you start practicing, okay? So start practicing and put yourself out there. And I wanted to show this recent conversation with you girls because it's a prime example. So this conversation started on May 12th. And I said, good morning, Elizabeth. I saw you recently liked one of my posts on my wellness page, girl. Thank you. I wanted, it should be two. I wanted to reach out and say hello. I hope you don't mind that I added you as a friend. Nothing. Then on 5/13, I said, hey girl, how are you? Thanks so much for liking my post the other day. I'm excited to start my upcoming challenge group. They have helped me so much, and I love having accountability partners. Would you like more info on my next group? This particular person, even though I had just added her, had been engaging on my like page and had liked one of my challenge group posts. So that's why I went into that conversation right away. And then again on 5/17. So within a span of 5 days, I have messaged this person a third time with no response, mind you. So I said, hey, Elizabeth, how are you doing, girl? Have you seen my last messages? Because some of my friends haven't gotten my messages recently. Just checking that that wasn't the case with you. Totally true story. I've had people, like I was just explaining to you, like messages will disappear. Eva, I messaged Eva last Thursday, and she just got it today when I messaged her, or yesterday, when I messaged her again to follow up because I hadn't heard back from her. So it's a true story. And I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case. So she replies back this morning. Good morning, Corey. That's funny because I just noticed your messages now. It didn't come up in my message box, but I do see them. Thank you for reaching out, as I'm in need of that. Inside, have a very different outlook on how I was. I think she meant how I want to look and feel. Just seem to have a hard time pushing myself there. I'd be interested in hearing your details and could take it from there. Thank you. So, prime example, you're not bothering that person. They're following you for a reason. They're liking and commenting on your post for a reason. And you know, I'm not always this pushy with people, but I did notice that she hadn't seen the messages and that she was engaging on things. And so I messaged her again. I took a chance. You know, I could have totally put her off, but that's not the case. And she is somebody that is really looking for some motivation and for somebody to help keep her accountable and to help her feel better. So it paid off to get out of my comfort zone a little bit, right? It paid off to get over the fear of what if she doesn't reply? Well, if she doesn't reply, I mean, what does that change? Really nothing. It just changes that I still don't have a conversation with her, but I didn't have one to begin with, so it's really not a big deal, right? So I hope that that helps you girls. I really encourage you, I'm sorry that went a little bit over, but I really encourage you to 3 people. Just reach out to 3 new people and reconnect tonight. Take 10 minutes. You know, before 9:30, you can be done for the night and just comment on the post in our group and let me know the names of those 3 people. Just take some action. You know, like just move forward and do it. You can do it. I know that you can. And I guess that's it. I'll let you go. If you have any questions, just post them in the group, And then that way everybody can kind of see them. I'm going to let you girls go so that you can go do that task. But do it. Make a list of 3 people, either brand new connections or reconnecting with somebody you haven't talked to in a really long time, like in a couple months. Go back and connect with them, okay? All right, awesome. Thank you so much for being on the call tonight, girls. I love you all. Good night.